Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So in this video, man, first and foremost, I just want to give condolences to the people of the El Paso, Texas shooting. I asked, the Almighty to give the families, the victims' families, patience and, perseverance in this difficult time that they're going through. So, in this video, I kind of want to tap into this whole shooting incident. The thing is about the shooting is the simple fact that, this country, if you do the history of America, it has a history of destabilizing nations, causing conflicts into other nations, raping and pillaging other nations in order for it to enjoy the benefits in which it enjoys, I'll just name a couple of conflicts right now that we have. You look at what's going on in Syria. You look at what's going on in Libya. You look at what's going on in Afghanistan. You look at what's going on in Venezuela. What do all these countries have in common? They all have resources. They all have something that the United States consumes. United States only makes up 5% of the population, but it consumes 25% of all the resources. So basically, it consumes by itself more resources than other countries combined consume, So, the question that I have, that I'm going to ask, is the United States is so busy destabilizing these nations, causing conflict in these nations, but it doesn't want to solve its obvious conflict that it has right now. Okay, it is a problem, all right? Islamic terrorism is not a problem, okay? Immigration is not a problem. The real problem is the natives of this country, like the one who shot up the place today, like the one who shot up 59 people, 40 injured, 19 dead. Okay? Why not solve that problem first? Why not rehabilitate those people so they can function in society without doing some stupid things like that? I can tell you one thing. I can go to Cuba. I can go to Venezuela, and I'm not going to hear about no stories about no mass shooter. I'm not going to fear for my life. I'm not going to have to basically watch my back all day because I'm afraid that I'm going to get pulled over by a police and gunned down by that police for the simple fact that I am a black immigrant and they just don't like us. I don't have to worry about those things over there. Now, of course, the Yankee is going to say, well, if you don't like it here, why don't you go back to your country? Why don't you go to those countries then? The same could be asked for them too. Like, why don't you go back to Europe? You know? Why don't you go back where you came from? I mean, they're highly developed societies as it is over there, so why don't you go back? You know? And I'm pretty sure the Native Americans are asking the same questions of you, too. Because I know there's going to be at least one of those comments left on this video, you know. It never fails. I always get a troll who's going to leave a dumb comment or two, you know. But this pattern that we see, is American policy, American values, played out over and over again. Okay? You know there's a problem in this country. Like, for example, the problem with this gun violence. This is a problem. But you're not addressing that problem. But you rather address a problem that you made up in another place that's trying to prevent things like this from happening over there. Do you know, in Venezuela, when Hugo Chavez took power, he was trying to reduce crime rate, and to a certain extent, he did reduce crime rate, okay? But now, because of Yankee meddling, it's quite different now, unfortunately. You know? And that's my point. This incident right here could have been prevented. The shooter had a manifesto, basically. He had a manifesto of, basically, he was a racist, yes. Ardent Trump supporter. Didn't believe in race mixing. Okay? If he's writing a manifesto like this, why not stop him? Why not have him under investigation? Why not keep tabs on him? But instead, you want to send spy planes over North Korea. You want to see what North Korea is doing because of the foreign aggression given towards North Korea. North Korea is defending itself. Come on now, man. Really. And the fact of the matter is that the fact that this shooter was a supporter of Trump, that tells you everything you need to know. That says everything. That's the writing on the wall for what this country was built off of, right? That's the writing on the wall. Look, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I live in what they call West Los Angeles, okay? I live in a place called Ladera Heights, okay? I have to be in places like neighboring cities like Culver City, like Santa Monica, like Playa Vista, Playa del Rey. I have to be in those cities for certain, like, business purposes. They still have a problem with, if you're a black person and you're you're unapologetically black, okay? They see this how I move, you know. They see it in the way I carry myself. They see it that I don't look at them as saviors, and I don't have a savior complex towards them. So yes, it makes them uncomfortable, but guess what? I wouldn't change it for nothing. Because if I did change it and try to just like kiss up, then it would be an insult to being African as it is, you know. So nah, I'm gonna be unapologetically African, regardless of what they think and whatnot. But what I say that because I'm looked at as public enemy number one. I'm looked at as the menace to society. But really, the one that the one that you hold in such high regard, the one that you hold in such like in such light, in such like with such reverence, is the very one who's going to shoot up your place. Okay? Because I wear a Fidel Castro t-shirt, because I wear a Amilcar Cabral t-shirt, because I wear a Thomas Sankara t-shirt, or a Maurice Bishop t-shirt, or sweatshirt. I like to switch it up sometimes. I'm the menace to society, you know. But the menace to society is very well in your own community. Now, I don't know that much about the shooter, but I guarantee you that he had privilege beyond us. I guarantee you that shooter had a very, very high level of living that would not trigger such violence. I guarantee you that. Okay? So when I see this, it's like, damn, dude, what's up? Okay, there was a shooting, I think, last week at this garlic fest in San Francisco. I think 3 people died. One of the 3 people was a little kid, man. Little kid didn't even have a chance to live his full life. Taken from him. Now they killed the gunman. But with this guy, with this shooter, he's still alive. They kept him alive for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know why he would still be alive. But I know with me, me raising my hand wrong with the cop will get me got. You know what I mean? And I say this to say this. This is what I say because I'm a true believer in this. That, being in this country, you're really out on the field, and you have to, if you're an immigrant, it's like a minority that's under attack. You have to have a guerrilla state of mind of thinking. And what I mean by guerrilla state of mind, that doesn't necessarily mean that you act out physical acts of violence. That means that you have to move in a certain way, that you're getting shit done in this country, you're getting shit that you need to get done in this country, but at the same time, you're not becoming of the country. That's what I mean. It's like that movie, The Predator. You know that movie, The Predator? The thing is about The Predator that was so cold was that camouflage. Because he would blend in with the tree, right? But niggas didn't know. Like, niggas didn't know what to do. They were like, whoa, what's that? What's that? And then when it was time to get his prize kill, he would just go for the prize kill. And that's the same way you gotta be as a minority here. You have to just blend in, be like, I guess you can say, be aloof, like pretend that you're aloof, but in the background you're making plays that are really gonna like set you up. You're making plays that are gonna really like get some shit going for you, you know. That's what I'm saying about this whole thing. So you're not gonna catch me say, oh, I hate America. You're not gonna catch me say like down with America or something like that. But I'm definitely going to point out the hypocrisy of this country. You know, because I'm sorry to say it, but this country is the biggest hypocrite on the world stage. You know, the biggest one. And, you know, this shooting is just a furthermore example of such, you know. This shooting, man, I don't know, man. It could very well happen somewhere in Los Angeles, man. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, maybe I need to buy a bulletproof vest, man. Because it's shit's hit the fan when a guy can, and the rifle, it looked like he had a damn Kalashnikov from the picture. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, man. But my thing is this to these politicians. Why don't you focus on domestic policy more than foreign policy? Okay? Because last time I checked, certain third world countries are not going to have this happen in it, you know. And that's just real. So, I mean, I don't know what to say at this point, man. Except for, like, to all my brothers out there, especially my immigrants, man, my fellow immigrants, all I have to say, man, is just watch your back, man. Just be careful out here, you know. Because, you know, we got like 3 enemies. We got got 4 enemies. We got ICE, we got regular law enforcement, we got the quote unquote white terrorists, and we got our own self. Because, you know, if we succumb to this shit, and if we believe for a moment that these people have changed, or these people mean good for us, especially like the liberals and all those things, then we're gonna hurt ourselves. We're gonna do damage. We're gonna do more damage than we are good. I'll give you an example. You know, my uncle told me this. When him and my dad were fighting for independence against the French and the Portuguese. You know, the French and the Portuguese used other African mercenaries to do their dirty work. But when the African mercenaries were injured and stuff like that, they left them to die. The same people that hired them left them to die. So this tells you what they think about us, man. So just always keep that in the back of your mind. You know? I'm not saying walk around with like a chip on your shoulder. I'm not saying walk around like mad all the time. What I am saying is walk around knowing what you're up against. Walk around, know your surroundings, understand your surroundings. Know that they're looking at you. Know that they're watching you. Like, as a matter of fact, there's one MFer right now watching me. You know, he doesn't know I see him, but I see him. You know, you just have to know these things. You know, so this is what I'm saying. Like, because you never know with these shootings now, man. You may think it's all fine and dandy, but then out of nowhere, And that's what I don't want to see. I want to see less of us, like, not hurt or anything. So that's why I'm making this video, that, man, if you even see someone move like tricky or something like that, be ready. Be prepared, because this shit can happen anywhere now, you know? And the rhetoric of the president is not helping that. So with that being said, you know, that's all I'm gonna say. And, you know, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. And you leave your comments and your thoughts. Fula signing out.